Hello children, this is the fourth part of the chapter Life Processes. The fourth part is excretion. Already you have studied about nutrition, you have studied about respiration, transportation of waste in both in animals as well as in plants. Now the fourth topic, excretion. You know about it. Excretion is the process from which the blood of our body gets filtered by the pair of kidney in order to remove the dissolved nitrogenous waste in our blood. So, actually the formation of urine takes place inside the kidney. Today, we are going to study about the working system of kidney, which organs take part in the formation of this excretory system. As you can see, I have drawn this figure, and in this figure, the organs which are forming the system of excretory system, you can see that in the excretory system, pair of kidney which is in bean shaped, and this bean shaped kidney used to filter the waste material from the blood. Then there is a pair of ureter. This is also called the urinary duct. Urinary duct opens into this muscular bag. This is temporarily a storage of urine. So when the kidney filters the blood, whatever the possible urine quantity amounts formed, that comes and is stored in the urinary bladder for some time. When the gradient pressure used to be more in the urinary bladder, then it pushed the urethra in order to open it, and then the sensation of urination occurs, and then the person used to expel out this urine through the tubular structure called urethra. Now you got that the excretion is the process in which the metabolic waste of the liquid waste and the nitrogenous waste moves out from the body through the action of some organs in a systematic way, and this process is called excretion. These organs like pair of kidney, pair of ureter, this muscular bag, urinary bladder, and this urethra. These organs used to unite together in order to perform the excretion process, and in this way it prepares a system which is called the excretory system of our body. As you can see that in the process of excretion, there is an important role of this pair of kidney. Now, kidney has two important roles in our body. The first, which you know by this topic, that it used to form urine of our body, means it helps in the filtration of blood and then forms urine. And the second is it has the great function of osmoregulation. Osmoregulation means it maintains the water and salt balance. As you have understood in that, kidney helps in the formation of urine, and this urine is basically the mixture of excess water, few excess salts, bile pigments, nitrogenous waste, which is an important part of the urine. Kidney filters about 135 liter to 150 liter of blood per day. But surprisingly, we expel out only 1.5 liters of urine per day. Children, here renal artery and renal vein. If you will remember the concept I told you, arteries do not always carry the pure form of blood. And renal vein do not carry always the impure blood, right? Here you can see that the nitrogenous rich blood comes in the kidney through the artery. That means this time also the artery is carrying the impure blood, and the filtered blood used to go back to the body through the renal vein. Means here vein again playing the role in order to carry the pure form of blood. So again artery and vein here in case of kidney becomes the exception case as it became in case of pulmonary. As you can see in the structure, this is the structure of kidney. See children, kidney is made up of millions of tiny filtering unit which is called nephron. Nephron is the unit cell of kidney, right? Now, how the nephron look like? See, glomerulus and this Bowman's capsule, right? These two used to be together in order to form a nephron. I'll show you how. Here, this is one part of the one unit cell of the kidney. Here, one end of this tubule is in the cup shape. This cup shaped tubule part's name is Bowman's capsule. And as you can see inside it, clusters of blood capillaries are present here. They are called glomerulus, right? Here, renal arteries, basically, as you can see, renal arteries bring the blood to the glomerulus, and glomerulus, ultrafiltration of urine takes place here. Ultrafiltration of blood takes place here, and then the filtered blood used to send back to the body through the renal vein. And as you can see, I have tried to show you by this little arrow, the filtrate, the urine part used to be sent to the glomerulus, from the glomerulus to the Bowman's capsule. This Bowman capsules used to follow a long tube-like structure. This tube is divided into three parts on their functions. The first part is called proximal convoluted tubule, also known as PCT, and this, which forms the loops of this tubule, is called loop of Henle, and the duct part, which is the post part of this tubule, is called DCT, distal convoluted tubule, and then it used to open into the urine collecting tubules, right? That how the renal artery has brought the blood to the nephron, and then in the nephron the glomerulus filtered the blood. This filtered blood has sent to the PCT, then loop of Henle, then DCT. What about these three parts? See here, when the urine formed, it used to carry lots of amino acids, salts, water amount with it. So reabsorption of these excess part, which can be useful for the body, right? As I told in the beginning, okay, our kidney filtered about 135 to 150 liter of blood, but we expel out only 1.5 liter of urine per day. That means somewhere in our body, the amount of these urine get reabsorbed, not urine actually, the excess water and the valuable salts which are important for our body. So here, this arrow, if you can see, so this blue arrow is there, that shows you that the urine basically get reabsorbs in their surrounding blood vessels, which used to do the process of reabsorption, and then the concentrate amount of urine used to pass to the urine collecting tube, and from urine collecting tube the urine comes to the, see here, urine collecting tube, and from here the urine comes to the, this is your ureter, beginning of ureter, and फिर a pair of ureter as you have already seen in the diagram. Then through the ureter it comes to the urinary bladder, and when the amount of quantity of urine gets more in the urinary bladder, so they have also some capacity to hold the urine. If the holding capacity gets beyond, so in such case the sensation to excrete out comes in our body, and the brain gets signals for the urination, and then you feel desire to urine the waste material out from your body. Steps in urine formation. As you can see, I have brought this flow chart for you to easily understand. See here, this is glomerulus. As you know, the glomerulus are the condensed, or these are the suspended blood capillaries, right? This is renal vein, this is renal artery, है ना? So as you can see, glomerulus, this glomerulus is basically do the ultrafiltration of blood, and from which it filters the nitrogenous waste. This glomerulus then opens into a Bowman capsule, as you know. So the next part is Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsules receives glomerulus filtrate, means from here whatever the urine discharge are there, the filtrate are there, they used to pass into the Bowman's capsule, and from this Bowman's capsule, this remains come to the next chamber, and this is what? This is your PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. In this PCT, and then you have studied about loops of Henle, then you have studied about DCT, and then it opens into ureter. This PCT actually reabsorbs most water, then much of glucose, sodium and chlorines. As I told you, important salts. So when this salts used to break down into sodium and chlorines, so it again reabsorbs in the PCT. So you have to learn that PCT and reabsorbs water, sodium and chlorines and some glucose. After that, the PCT pass the remains to the loops of Henle. And this loop of Henle used to pass the blood to the next part, pass the urine to the next part, that is your DCT, distal convoluted tubule. And in this, the reabsorption of chlorine and water takes place, because already many items has already reabsorbs in the PCT area, right? That's why in DCT area, when this concentrated urine comes to it, so in DCT there is only chlorines and some water to reabsorb. Afterwards, the substrates used to pass into the ureter. So this is your PCT, this is your loop of Henle, and this is your DCT. After this, in DCT, chlorines and water get reabsorbed. Then the urine pass to the ureter. I hope you have got this easy to understand. The next topic is hemodialysis. Hemo means blood. Dialysis, as you know, commonly the artificial filtration of blood. See, in this case, what happens before it? Few lines. Like, if a person is suffering from the kidney disease, failure of one kidney, so it gets operated, and the second kidney used to lead the normal life of the person, right? Here means a person can survive on the one kidney, and means it leads a normal life, right? Here, if both the kidneys are damaged, both the kidneys anyhow get operated, removed from the body, in such a case, what happens? Here, there is another option of hemodialysis. In this case, the blood of the person used to filter through the artificial kidney through the dialysis machine. In this, the blood used to bring to the dialysis chamber, right? This dialysis chamber used to be rich with the salifin tubes, and this salifin tubes used to get the blood, and this chamber used to fill with the ammonia absorber chemicals. That's why it used to separate. Here, through the arteries of the patient, the blood brings to the kidney. So in their hand, the arteries used to surge out, and from there the blood used to transfer to the dialysis chamber. And after the filtration process from this to next chamber, next to next chamber, and after the dialysis process, through the vein, the blood sends back to the body of the patient in the same arm, है ना? In case of permanent damage in the kidney, है ना? If both the kidneys are damaged and there is no chance of recovery, so in that case dialysis is the good option. And for the leading a good life, healthy life, there is a requirement of filtering of blood twice in a week, about 12 hours, है ना? Then this nitrogenous waste used to remove out from the body. Excretion is a process which occurs in plants also. In case of plants, first we should know about what are the excretory product of them. The first excretory product of them is carbon dioxide, which used to produce during the process of respiration. And excretory waste is water, which used to produce during the process of transpiration. And the third is everyone's favorite, oxygen, which is used to produce during the process of photosynthesis. And if you will observe, so here this all occur through the stomata, right children? Here in case of respiration, this carbon dioxide during day, this used to get utilized itself for the process of photosynthesis. During the process of respiration, as you know, food burns, glucose burns and it releases energy, carbon dioxide and water vapor. This water vapor also, say if water vapor, to also release through the stomata, है ना? And I told you कि loss of water occurs through the leaves also at their edges. That is the process called guttation. Through the stomata, water vapor is loss occurring. Then this process is called transpiration, right? Here, this, and when we talk about oxygen, so oxygen produced during the process of photosynthesis, and again they have the excretory organ, this is stomata. Children, along with the stomata, in the woody plants they have lenticels, the holes present in their stems. These lenticels also allow the gaseous exchange, and they means remove their excretory waste through these two organs. Now what? Here, when we talk about the other method of excretion, so in plants they used to reserve their excretory products in some body parts, like in their leaves, roots and in fruits. Now what? Okay, suppose in the leaves if they are excreting, right? So it used to collect the their metabolic waste, their excretory waste, and then the leaf used to shed off from the plant. So by this method also they used to remove their excretory waste. In the bark of their stem they used to reserve the excretory waste, and through which it used to maintain the thickness of the bark. Other excretory products by plants are there, like quinine, morphine, latex, tannin, essential oils. You know, these all are valuable products for us we get from the plant, and these are the excretory products of them. So plants also excrete out. You will get all these in the notes. You have got the point of excretion. All the points I tried to explain you well, and this time my voice is also clear. I tried for it also. If you liked my explanation, so subscribe my channel for the new chapters of your class, and thank you. Have a nice day.